day, my fellow entrepreneurs, and you're welcome to yet another exciting episode of The Entrepreneur with IBM Bangis. I am IBM Bangis, and I remain your host for the show. Now, most of us, if not all of us, are faced with different problems in life. We are faced with financial difficulties. We're faced with problems in our workplace. We're faced with problems in school, problems in sports, problems in business, and problems in our different entrepreneurial venture. Now, I tell people the same thing. All of us in life are like this little sailing boat in water, and the same wind blows on every single one of us. The wind of hope, the wind of opportunity, the wind of problems, the wind of financial difficulties, the wind of financial prosperity, the wind of trust, the wind of mistrust, the wind of love, and the wind of lack of love. Now, the difference between where you're going to be in the next 5 years and where I'm going to be in the next 5 years is not the blow of the wind, because it's the same wind for everybody out there, but it's the set of the sail of your boat. So how well have you set your sail to fit the current boat? Most of the times you hear people complain that they're faced with difficulties, they're faced with problems. You just have to appreciate the experience. That's what I tell people, because with problems create an opportunity for you to provide solutions to those problems. So the same wind blows on every single one of us. Let's say you earn just 1,000 naira a month. Your problem will probably be in the range of 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and the likes of that. 1,000 naira a month, someone who earns 1,000 naira a month will never be faced with a problem that is more than 1 billion naira. Even in the scriptures, it's written that the problems you face are problems that you can probably handle, and that is why you face them. So the same wind blows on every single one of us. The difference between how successful you will be or how not successful you will not be is not the blow of the wind, because it's the same wind for everybody. Let's say we are to start a business with the same seed capital in the same market. It doesn't mean in the next 5 years we're going to have the same net worth, because it's the same wind, it's the same market, it's the same seed capital, it's the same prospect, but the thinking, the strategy, every single thing about the business venture might not be the same. So I'm urging you all to set your sail, to set the sail of your boat in a perfect way so that it fits the current wind, because it's the same wind for every single one of us. Everybody you see on the street is facing problems, is facing financial difficulties, is facing so many issues out there. Some of you came to me on social media and were requesting that I dedicate an episode once in a while to businesses that most of you back home can key into. And today on this episode of The Entrepreneur, we'll be discussing a very interesting business, one that most of you back home can start with little or no capital. But that's going to happen after the break. Now stay tuned while we go on break. Don't forget you're watching The Entrepreneur with IBM Bangis. And just before the break, I was talking about different winds of life, and I mentioned that the same wind blows on every single one of us. The wind of problems, the wind of opportunities, the wind of prosperity, the wind of financial difficulties, and the wind of financial success. Now, the difference between how successful one gets to be at the end of the day is not the blow of the wind, because it's the same wind for everyone back home, but it's the set of the sail of our ship. And I mentioned that I have someone in the studio here with me today, an entrepreneur who has achieved an incredible amount of success, a very young person, an expert in the real estate agency business. Thank you so much. And I'm going to introduce the person of Mr. Yakub. Mr. Yakub, you're welcome to The Entrepreneur.
You're welcome, Mr. Bangis. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for being on the show here today with us. So, Mr. Yakub, I get to understand that you're into real estate agency, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Apart from real estate, what else do you do out there?
Okay. I start by a proper introduction of myself.
Okay.
My name is Adam Yakub Hussein.
Okay.
I'm literally from northeast Nigeria,
Okay.
precisely Yobe State.
Mm-hmm.
Born and brought up in Lagos, and eventually basing in Abuja right now.
Okay.
So I tend to understand a current trend which has been well developed and also introduced into the system of the existing system of Nigeria per se.
Yeah. Yeah.
The real estate business is a business which you ought to develop a passion for it.
Okay.
You go into it with such a passion and being an individual with a very strength of patience
Okay.
attached to it,
Okay.
because there are many obstacles in real estate business.
Okay.
You might end up setting your objectives. At the end of the day, it will be
You don't get
scrambled,
to
and
achieve them.
also yes,
Exactly.
that is anybody who's into real estate
Exactly.
will likely tell you this.
Of course.
This is that is the most functioning and positive thing which happen in real estate business,
Okay.
which I know it's got involved also in many businesses, but
Okay.
real estate, that is the. Though I actually do, apart from real estate, I do textile businesses.
Okay. Okay.
I am into tailoring also.
Okay. Well, that's
You know,
good.
yes. No, that is, you
So
know.
jack of all trade, I would
yes,
say.
yes. You know, as an entrepreneur, there are things you checked.
Of course.
You know, a normal individual life,
Mhm.
first consideration has to be your shelter.
Of course.
Yes, it has to be a shelter, because without the shelter, you can't settle down and eat.
Exactly.
That is just it. You can't just be staying around the road, and
Of course.
you
of
have to
course.
consider a shelter first.
Of course. Definitely.
Apart from that, then I'll fix the food itself.
Okay.
Then maybe I can attach the appearance also,
Okay.
because
Okay.
that's what will make up a man.
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Or let's say make up every human individual.
Okay.
So I into these three things actually, and there are difficulties actually which I'll likely elaborate to you.
Okay. That's in
in,
entrepreneurship or
yes,
in
into
real
entrepreneurship.
estate particularly?
Yes.
Okay.
In real estate.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So thank you for that. So now, talking about, you mentioned like if you want to go into real estate, you have to have a lot of passion, right?
Yes.
And talking about going into it, how did you yourself become a real estate agent? Was this something that just came out of the blue, or was it something that has always been planned? Is it a planned something for you?
I can take it back to my school days.
Okay.
I studied business.
Business
Yes,
admin.
I studied business administration.
Okay.
That is in my diploma level and also my BSc level.
Okay.
So I have that passion of
Business, right from
business
time.
in my blood actually.
Exactly.
Because anything you talk about, we study marketing.
Okay.
We study how to convey somebody to like what you're showing him.
Of course.
You have to persuade him and also show him that this is the right thing.
Of course.
That is what business is all about.
Of course.
So me being out of school, let's say finishing my school career,
Mm.
so I had to push on with, I need something which I will attach what I study in order to
Of course.
proceed and go on.
Of course. Something that
So
will help you.
yes, I once sat and think of something which is positively introduced into this era.
Okay.
That is real estate.
Okay.
Yes, that is real estate. So I have a friend which
Who
will bring in-
introduced you
yes,
into
introduced into the business,
Okay.
which I per se right now I'm even more
Successful
of
than
yes, and even more of the business more than him
him.
actually.
Okay. Okay.
So we end up there's these houses we were advertising
Okay.
in these legislative homes,
Okay.
which we have been pushing.
Yes.
We have been pushing.
Exactly.
So you get to know there are some benefit massive benefit that you get out of it.
Attached to it, right?
Yes.
When you get to sell.
So one would be like, why not I should keep on pushing?
Okay.
Let's see what's the benefit.
Okay.
So we keep on pushing. At the end of the day, I came to realize it's something that there's no difference from all the businesses nowadays.
Okay.
You have to have that passion.
Okay.
In concept of businesses, the first thing that goes into point is that passion.
Okay.
If you have that passion,
Okay.
that is the starting point.
Okay.
Without developing that passion, I think
Exactly. There's nothing.
there's
for you
nothing
out
for
there.
you. actually.
Okay,
You have to
exactly.
get that passion,
Exactly.
push the passion, make it very effective.
Okay.
Then you continue by talking about location,
Mm. Yeah.
maybe vision,
Okay.
and some other things like advertisement or something like that.
Exactly.
So you begin developing that passion, you find out that even though you came to have failure
Mm.
in that particular aspect,
Mm.
you will still be contented with it
Okay.
because you have that passion,
Okay.
and also you are trying to positively make your business right,
Okay.
and also you would like to keep pushing in order to have that belief and also trust,
Exactly.
because that's the second thing attached to that business.
Okay.
Trust.
Okay.
If you are trustworthy and also you are straightforward,
Okay. You have to be
no
honest with
false,
people,
because
right?
yes, being honest in this business is
Mm.
one of the key points.
Exactly.
If you are not honest, forget real estate,
Okay.
because there are some failures as you get out of it.
Exactly.
If you are not
Exactly.
honest,
Exactly.
believe me not, you end up getting negative results.
Result at the end of the day,
Yes.
of course, definitely.
And if you, for the first time, when somebody get dishonesty from you, believe me not,
he will never come
he
back.
will
to
never
you.
come back to you.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
that is it.
Exactly. Okay, so now talking about honesty. Now,
Yes.
what is it with real estate agent and always misrepresenting facts? Because I've actually dealt with real estate agents before,
Okay.
looking for a house. And whenever you go to look out for a house, they always tell you all the good things you want to hear,
Yes.
and they will hide all the bad things aside.
Yes.
Now, is that something that you have to do to succeed in that business, or is it just a fault of theirs?
Actually, that aspect of what you're saying
Mm.
is very true.
Okay.
We into real estate, we have people that do get involved in that kind of aspect of
Okay.
dishonesty.
They misrepresent data
Yes.
and become dishonest to
Yes.
their clients.
Yes.
Okay.
For instance, I introduce a home to you,
Mm.
which I clearly state the positive view of those of that particular house.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I didn't tell you the negative side of it.
Exactly.
Maybe there's a slum there, or maybe the electricity there doesn't
It's
give.
not so good.
Yes, it's not constant.
Exactly. But then you end up telling the person
I
that it's
don't know,
constant.
just what I want to get is you should just pay,
and then you
and
get
I will
your
take my own
agency.
agency and put it into my pocket. You know?
Okay. Exactly.
So you that at the end of the day you find out you are hiding something away,
Of course.
and in this life there are references.
Of course.
You being good to me, I would surely reference you to somebody else.
Exactly.
Maybe someone that he wants to get something like me.
Of course.
I'll say, wow, I have somebody that is
course.
very, very honest
Of course.
and is straightforward.
Of course.
If
So
I
they
connect you
always
to him,
refer you.
yes.
And before you know, you
If
even
I
have more
connect you
clients.
to him,
Yeah.
definitely you are going to raise somebody to him.
Exactly.
That is just it.
Definitely.
So you have to give out the negative side of that business,
So that someone
and you
will
have to
always
give
remember.
the positive side.
Of course. Definitely.
Because if one is going into it, he
Okay.
knows that this is what he's going into.
Of course. Of course.
Likewise,
It
you
shouldn't
have
just be
already
a
stated
surprise.
and you have told him
Uh-huh.
this is what is entailed with that property.
Of course. Definitely.
And the other one is the one we got it wrong is you giving an information of a land description.
Okay.
Let's say, for instance, you want to attract me.
Okay.
You give me what we say there's a certificate of occupancy and there's RFO, right of occupancy.
Okay. Of course.
Just because I want to bring you,
Mm.
I want to take you down. You demanded to have a CFO, that's certificate of occupancy. Another day I have an RFO, that is right of occupancy.
Of course.
You clearly said you want CFO, but for me bringing you down just to make you come and see what I have so that you can change your mind or something like that, I'll stick to that CFO.
Okay.
I'll make sure I'm talking about not RFO, I'll make sure it's CFO.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you spending your time,
Yes.
time is money.
Of course. Definitely. Of
Spending your time,
course. Of course.
giving all your effort to that aspect that day,
Okay.
you neglecting some.
Okay.
End of the day, you coming down and you see his RFO.
Of course.
Your mind will be boiled.
Definitely.
actually.
Definitely.
At the end of the
You'll
day,
be
and you have
disappointed.
already clearly sent a negative message
Okay.
to your own company per
Okay.
se,
Okay.
which will cause a very big damage to you
Exactly.
at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So now talking about the C of O and R of O, Abi.
Now,
Now, from a layman perspective, someone who
Okay.
is not into real estate agencies.
Mm.
Now, I don't actually understand what that means. Are there differences between the two? Now, what are some of the differences?
yeah, there are differences.
Okay.
You see, let me take it to the layman perspective.
Yeah.
When you say right of occupancy,
Okay, so
you
that's
have
out of
right.
all.
Yes, that's RFO.
Okay.
That means you have a right in that property.
Okay.
But
You
if
have a
want
right to stay there,
yes,
or
you have a right as an owner of the
okay.
property.
Okay.
But when you say certificate of that's the CFO,
Okay.
you have already nailed it.
Okay.
Let me take it.
So it's yours.
Yes, it's yours automatically.
Okay.
And no any other
Nobody can revoke
yes
that right.
can revoke, and also, or even though the government can decide to like revoke.
Yes,
but they are
exactly.
replacements actually.
Exactly,
We are a kind of world that you can be revoked on something.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they might present something to you which is similar to it, or also even more positively situated
Okay.
for you than
course.
that other one.
Of course, definitely.
Just because you have a CFO.
Okay.
So you see, even though the prices of a property who have the RFO
Okay.
is quite different from the price of property who have a CFO.
CFO. So which
Yes,
one is
there
higher?
are differences. CFO is higher.
It's always higher.
Yes, it's always higher. That is it.
Okay, because then you have the certificate and not just the
You
right,
have
right?
yes, that is
Okay.
it. Yes.
So talking about real estate in Abuja, actually, I'm sure there was a time when people made so much money being agents
Yes.
in real estate in Abuja.
Mhm.
So do you think there's still prospect for real estate agents out there? I'm sure they're building more estate by the day.
Of course.
But do you think the market is still as suitable, or let me say as rewarding as it used to be before?
Yes, positively.
Okay.
There are people I know
Yes.
who started from grassroots actually.
Mm.
Let's say agent that can give you a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom apartment in an estate, or somewhere similar to that.
Exactly.
I don't know, them being hitting big,
Okay.
and also things are coming in the effective way, and they are getting something good.
Okay.
They end up building an estate.
Of course.
It do happens, and every development
Okay.
in a society
Okay.
is those buildings.
Of course, definitely.
Estates here, estate there, estate there.
And
So
before you know it-
before you know, infrastructure will hit that place. Before you
Exactly.
know, it should be, Abuja was not like this.
Definitely.
Abuja 2000, 2000 Abuja was very bushy.
Okay.
Yes, very very bushy.
Yes, actually, I think
Yes.
I was told that because I stay in Jabi and they were telling me that
Aha.
my area was almost
Was
filled
bushy.
up with bush and all.
Yes.
Okay.
But can you actually point out that bush there in Jabi?
No, of course
You
not.
can't.
Actually, right now, Jabi is almost considered the heart of Abuja in a way.
Thank you very much. So that is how it's been considered.
Okay.
Talking about that, I can give a reference of Airport Road.
Okay.
Airport Road was bushy.
Mm.
We used to pass that road when it was very very bushy.
Of course.
Now Airport Road, we have Estate Delight of Penthouse, what they call it,
So many other estates.
so many
We have
other
Aso
estates.
Estate,
Yes,
of course.
Aso,
Of
Ako,
course, Aso, there's this, is it Navy Estate or something?
yes, Navy Estate,
Exactly,
VON,
exactly.
all such kind of estates.
Exactly.
And the amount of people living outside Airport Road, that
Okay.
Airport Road per se,
Okay.
sometimes you can even consider them more than the people living
In town.
in the heart of Abuja.
Of course.
Just
And one will
because-
actually understand the reason why. Because if you look
Yes,
at it,
of
in
course.
town it's always more expensive
Of
compared
course,
to out of town.
comes out of town.
Okay.
And believe me not,
Mm.
out of town is also coming up now.
Of course.
Being the price tags
Exactly.
do changes all the time.
Exactly.
It varies.
Exactly.
So that clearly show you that real estate in Abuja
Mm.
is still upcoming.
Okay.
It's not something that is decaying, rather arising.
Okay.
So
there's a
anyone
big
that is
prospect for it.
introduced, anyone that wants to come in is welcome.
Okay.
It's something that is still on.
Okay. So the market is
the
not
pro
still,
yes, it's still on.
it's not saturated for now.
Yes, it's not
Okay.
saturated. It's still on. One can still come to it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You actually are watching The Entrepreneur with IBM Bangis, and I'm in discussion with Yakub, a real estate agent. Now we're going to take a break, and after the break, we're going to continue our discussion with Yakub. Stay tuned after the break. You're welcome from the break. Now you're watching The Entrepreneur with IBM Bangis, and I'm in discussion with Mr. Yakub in the studio here today with me. And we are discussing real estate agencies. And just before the break, we spoke about the prospect of real estate, and you made mention that the market is not saturated, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm going to ask you, Mr. Yakub, now, what are some of the major problems in being an agent in real estate business?
Okay, the problems are not hidden.
Okay.
Yes.
It's something that's out there.
Yes, it's out there.
Okay.
Is partake to be a day-to-day activity.
Okay.
You know, I've been constant on that dishonesty.
Okay, dishonesty is one of them, right?
It's one of them.
Okay, some agents are...
Yes, they are very, very dishonest.
Okay.
To be realistic. This is what I
They
do.
tend to misrepresent the fact of properties and land all around.
Of course.
Okay.
Just an example of a property that we almost get rid of it, actually.
Okay.
Another day, we were given a different land size and also paper type, actually. That's
Okay.
CO4 and RF I'm telling you about.
Exactly.
We getting there, it was a different matter.
Okay.
Got so kind, we didn't bring our buyer or person that is acquiring it
Your
down
clients,
to the
yeah?
business.
Okay.
So that gave us, for you to tackle all those, you have to take the hit.
Exactly.
All the bullets have to be on you.
Exactly.
Actually. You have to go and clear the path, and make sure you clear those stuff, because the amount of dishonesty in this business is very, very much.
Of course.
And the other one is registration of a business.
Okay.
You need to go and get a CAC.
Okay.
Me as a property owner,
Okay.
I'd rather give somebody that is registered my
Than giving
business to
someone
manage
that is
than
not
somebody
registered.
just to, yes.
Someone that is just freestyling in the real estate.
Yes. I'm registered. When I mean registered, is you ought to have a lawyer
Okay.
attached to that.
Okay.
You have a marketer per se.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you being the MD,
Okay.
and you have to have some. Not really. You must have a very big office.
Okay.
So you understand.
Exactly.
You can have a office that is reasonable and also presentable.
Okay.
It's
So
okay for
possibly
you.
we could say maybe people not having distance.
Of course,
Problems in real estate agency.
of course. When I'm looking for you, I know where to get you.
Exactly.
When I'm trusting my business, my property to you,
Exactly.
I know how to get you.
Definitely.
You have
Definitely.
a CAC, and maybe
Definitely.
you have an address,
Exactly.
you have a home address,
Exactly.
and you have a reference,
Exactly.
and I can get you through this month, something like that.
Exactly.
So one would be fully satisfied with
Okay.
you if you have those qualities.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have to, the other thing is, you have to have that courage
Okay.
and also mindset.
Okay.
You have to dedicate on the business if you really want to.
Exactly.
Consistency,
Exactly.
you have to be honesty,
Okay.
you have to dedicate yourself to the business
Okay.
in order to if you are getting all those minus,
Exactly.
yes, you are not ready for the business. Actually.
Exactly.
You are
Exactly.
not.
Exactly.
Not it.
Okay, so now talking about problems, actually I mentioned earlier on that when there are problems, they give you opportunity to create solutions, right?
Yes.
So you made mention of dishonesty.
Yes.
You made mention of people not having physical address that they could trace them.
Yes.
So what are some of these, I'm sure they are obvious solutions, but could you mention some of the solutions to these problems?
Well,
especially that of dishonesty?
Well, dishonesty, I can just give you, let's say, opposite side of it.
Okay.
Honest.
Mm.
You need
People
to
should
be
just be
honest.
honest.
Yes,
As
just
much
be
as
honest.
they can.
This is yellow.
Mm.
You present it to your client as yellow.
Exactly.
Don't try to make it look brownish.
Exactly.
Give him that particular what you want.
Definitely.
If you can't get it,
Definitely.
okay, you can't get this.
Definitely.
Simple as that.
You don't need to lie to him.
Yes.
Okay.
Because at the end, you've been lying or throwing some discouraging words on that property, and he came at the end of the day, he came to find out that it's different of what you're saying.
Exactly.
That's why you
Like you'll be so
definitely have a
disappointed.
problem.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Exactly.
have.
Exactly.
That is just it.
Okay.
Like people forwarding briefs. There are people that we have a platform
Exactly.
which we real estate do our activities on.
Of course.
So one would just come across a brief, would just end up forwarding it without checking out,
Okay.
and that is causing a very big problem.
Okay.
I, as a client, can be presented with that, and I'll show my interest on it. I know
Okay.
that the day I put my effort, and
Of course.
every aspect of life on it. At the end of the day, I will find out that it's
Of course.
totally not right,
Of course.
which will scramble your business.
Of course.
That is for the dishonesty.
Okay.
And the other one is
Misrepresentation.
misrepresentation.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
you know.
I think it still has to do with honesty, right?
Yes,
With
it still has to do
and
with
all.
honesty.
Okay.
You have to be who you are.
Of course, definitely.
Don't try to punch yourself, paint yourself. You are white and you want to paint yourself black.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, to end up backfiring.
Exactly.
It's just like a
Exactly.
trigger. You punching out. At the end of the day, the frontage is being stuffed.
Exactly.
You know, it has to backfire to
Definitely,
to you.
definitely,
So that
definitely,
is just it.
definitely. Well,
Mm.
I actually personally believe in the real estate
Mm.
agent business and all. Now,
Yeah.
but actually looking at it, if you look at it on one hand, it's one of the business that one can go into with little or no capital, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sure we have a lot of viewers back home who would be wondering, well, how can they start, or how can they be part of real estate and all? How can they be an agent for real estate? Now, what advice will you have for people out there? Do they need to register? Is there a school that we need to go to, or do they just need to have a house and they start to market it?
Yes. Just like other businesses,
Mm.
one can start it in a low key. Actually.
Okay.
What I mean by low key is you can use your platform.
Mm.
Maybe you know of somebody that has an insight into the business.
Mm.
You can. Everybody's learning.
Of course,
And
we're all learning.
Yeah. As a reasonable person, if you, let's say for instance, you meet me,
Yeah.
that you want to be an agent,
Mm.
I will surely give you some tips.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
I will make you understand this is how it is, this is how it's been run, this
Yeah.
is the difficulties, this is the disadvantage, this is the advantage of the business.
Exactly.
In
Exactly.
which will make you feel relaxed and know what you are into.
Exactly.
So you can eventually start with the platforms.
Of course.
There's nothing bad from there.
Of course.
You know, I know of people that some are even out of Abuja.
Okay. But still, they're still selling
Yes, you
houses
have
in Abuja.
you have a mobile phone,
Okay. So
and you have a platform.
Okay.
What you have there, you can transfer it there.
Okay.
I have this.
Okay.
After being cross-checked, I have
Exactly.
this.
Exactly.
This is what I sell.
Okay.
This is what I'm advertising.
Okay.
You can send it to him,
Okay.
and that person will send it to his client.
Exactly.
A client will show interest.
Exactly.
Then you can liaise with the people that give you the property.
Of course.
I have a client, so time is coming.
Mm.
You need to be punctual. I
Of course.
forgot to mention that.
Okay, punctuality is
that
key, right?
is the one of the, let's say after honesty is second.
Okay.
It's very, very important in this business.
Okay.
Punctuality.
Of
When you
course.
say it's 2 o'clock, you have to
Exactly.
be 2.
Okay, you have to be there by that time.
Though we are Nigerians, let's say we are Africans.
Mm.
You know, there are something we call
African
time,
Exactly.
which is very wrong. But we need to adjust that.
Of course.
You can just maybe in 10 minutes after 2 or
Mm.
15 minutes after 2, if you come, you'll be pleased. You'll be okay
Of
with
course.
the client you're meeting.
Okay.
So you, out of Abuja, you
Okay.
discuss with your people.
Okay.
My person is coming through in so time.
Okay.
Please attend to him.
Okay. So they need to.
You
be
don't
on
need to
time
even
and
come
all.
down
Okay.
if you have a proper representation.
Okay.
That person that you connected,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, will end up giving your own share without even coming down.
Exactly.
You see, it's something that your 100 naira data or 200 naira data
Of course.
has cost
Can
you,
build-
yes,
Of course. Of
has
course.
give you millions of naira.
Definitely.
That
Definitely.
is just it.
You
So
can
it's
build the
something that
business
is
off
encouraging.
something little.
You can't say I have to. When I started, I actually don't have that capacity
Okay.
of those big real estate agencies.
Exactly.
You know, it's something that you're pushing
Okay.
you're pushing to the
And then
extent.
before you know it, you get to grow
Thank you
yourself
very
and
much.
of course
And
you
it
grow
goes
business.
with your chain actually.
Of course, definitely.
You know, there are people that has fun making you walk around.
Exactly.
They create fun with that, and there are ones that you can rely on by maybe giving you a very good request,
Of course.
and a request that which is satisfying and also genuine.
Of course.
That is what you need in real estate.
Okay.
Have a very good channel that you
Okay.
can channel your properties, that you
Okay.
can sell and buy
Of
the
course.
properties in order to retain your clients.
Of course.
That is it.
Of course.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Yakub. Well, because of time, we'll have to call it a day for today. But actually, don't forget you're watching The Entrepreneur with IBM Bangis. And if you want to be part of this show, the number to call is 080-2976-0793. Or you can follow us on all our social media handles at ENTR_entrepreneur. I'm going to end on this note. Les Brown always says, if you have a dream, you've got to want that dream bad enough that you go out and fight for it, that you work day and night for it, that you give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. And if all that you dream and scheme should be about it, then life will seem useless and worthless without it. Now, if you simply go after that dream that you have with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, if neither cold poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness of pain, nor body and brain can keep you away from the goal that you have, then with the help of God, you will get it. Now, I wish you success in your entrepreneurial journey. I hope you join us next week. And thank you so much, Mr. Yakub. Thank you for coming on this show. Thank you. It's such an honor to have you on this show.
Thank you.
Do have a lovely day. Thank you so much.
Yeah.